Hello guys, and welcome to the 9th episode of the FPS Wizard tutorial series. In this episode we're going to cover creating a grenade. We're going to go to example blueprints, and you'll notice there's two different categories here. There's example grenade weapon and example grenade. So the grenade weapon is the object you'll pick up. I'm going to open that a little further to show you. So this is what the character will actually pick up and be holding. You'll have your grenade. The grenade to throw is the actual grenade you're going to be throwing. Throw distance, I should rename that to strength, because distance, there's not like an exact measurement for that. It's kind of just a guesstimate your way through. Throw arc is like the amount of arc the grenade has to it. Again, you'll want to kind of play around with that. Ratchet up or down to get your desired arc. The respawn time, like the weapon, it's after you pick it up, it'll take this amount of seconds to respawn. And finally, the pickup collider here. And then under animation, under animation here, you'll have your throwing animations for first and third person. And finally, you'll have your pickup mesh, which is the mesh that will represent the object when it's laying on the ground, and your grenade mesh for animation. This will be like a high poly skeletal mesh that's rigged up that you can attach to your first person rig. So we'll go ahead and dive into grenade. We'll go and duplicate this one, call it my grenade, as in keeping with our naming tradition. And then here we have a few settings. We've got our grenade mesh. This is the static mesh that will represent our grenade. Generally, I like to, you want to set this to block all. And grenade radius is like how big the grenade is. And then you'll want to set the collision component as a sphere component. This is what the grenade will actually use to collide with, so that this will set the radius of that, of the collision component. And this you'll want to set to oddly, you'll want to set this to a projectile collision. That sounds a little counterintuitive, but that's what you'll want to do for that. Is timed, so here you can set whether or not the grenade is on a timer. It's like how many seconds to explode after you throw it. Should the grenade explode on impact? So if we check this, it'll explode as soon as it impacts on something. And to do that, you have to uncheck this timed. I will probably fix that in a future update, but at the moment, you cannot combine these two. Actually, the easiest thing to do is just do like 1 or 0. I forget that's a way around that for now. Go ahead and leave this at 3. The bounce count, you would see this, look at this in the actual editor. This is how many times the grenade is bounced, and whoever the character is that threw the grenade. Down here under movement, we've got a projectile movement component for the grenade. You'll want to have the velocity be something low, and you can set the bounce physics here, and all the normal stuff with the projectile. This is the explosion that the grenade will spawn. So we covered this in the last episode. This is, we're going to set this to my explosion that we made. And here we're going to set the sound the grenade will make when it bounces. Going to compile and save. And we'll go and create our duplicate weapon. And then we'll use our grenade that we just made here. Compile and save, and then we can see how that looks. Let's go and drag this in here. You can also go to the character and add it as a oh yeah, we'll make sure you have this checked. You'll make sure your character is allowed to use grenades, and then you can add it to the starting inventory. Alright, we're going to close that out and then hop in. So grenade weapon there, go ahead and run into it. Oh, that's right, we already have one. So hit, oh no, what do we have here? Oh, I think we I think we forgot to select an explosion. Oopsies. Okay, let's go and reopen up Unreal Editor. This is an older version of FPS Wizard I'm using. In the current version, which is 1.03, this that actually would not crash. This is This is either 1.0 or 0.99, I think, that I'm on in this version. Okay, so let's see. Get my grenade. It's all good. Grenade weapon. It's all good. So maybe we could have messed something up here. Okay. I think this was an issue I ran into that I had patched in the new version. Let's go ahead and just let's make sure we have our can use grenades checked, and we'll just clear this out actually, and then we'll just pick up our grenade like normal. Drag it in. There we go. Interesting. Well, I will just I will just go to the new version I have, and I'll show you there. For all of you watching, that should work fine because you're on the latest version. But for me, that was an old build, so that didn't work quite right. This should work though. Okay. Yeah. Whoop. Went over the edge, but you can see I threw the grenade and it bounced. And let's see if I can get it to explode. Go. There it is. Kaboom. There we go. So yeah, that's it for this episode. That covered how to create a grenade. And I'll see you guys next time. In the next episode, we'll go ahead and cover how to creating playing around with different game modes. There's 3 that are built into FPS Wizard. There's Deathmatch, Territories, and Capture the Flag. After that, I'll go ahead and do an episode 11. That'll be the final episode of this series. That'll be packaging a game, and then I'll go and start a new series that'll go a little more in depth. That'll be a little more advanced. We'll cover how to start playing around with making your own blueprints and things like that. So thanks for watching, and tune in the next episode for game modes. Have a nice night.